What up, peeps? It's your girl, Agojie, come back to Girl Takes. Well, it's time, you guys. It's movie review time. This is for The Woman King. This is directed by Gina Prince Bythewood, starring Viola Davis. We have Lashana Lynch, John Boyega, I want to say Tuso Mbero, Sheila Atim, just to name a few. Before I jump into it, kind of going to just leave it kind of spoiler free. It's quite a few different things in regards to the storyline that kind of delves a little bit into certain characters, so I don't want to feel like I'm giving anything away in regards to that. Secondly, I'll say I'm going to just be to the point in regards to what is actually discussed, because I got quite a few comments when I did my trailer reaction in regards to this film, where certain individuals felt the need to come at me in regards to, first of all, they were upset about the fact that they don't think they're going to really showcase exactly the true nature or certain things in regards to the history, and then certain individuals making comments about what they think I'm going to review about. You know, it was hysterical to me, quite comical, you know, so I'm just like, I'm just really not here for all that. Take that up with Hollywood, and in regards to what I'm going to decide to discuss, that's my business. You don't have to like it. You can do your own video, and you can speak how you ever choose to speak on this movie. Now, with that said, let's just go ahead and jump into it. I really enjoyed this film. Just the womanhood of it all, right off the bat, just to put that part out there, being that we're dealing with, you know, of course, you know, the Agojie, which is a full all-female warrior army that is, you know, there to protect what they call the West African kingdom of Dahomey. And I like at the helm of that being Viola Davis' character, who's called Naniska. She is, of course, the leader. I love just the way Viola played the character, her presence, very forceful and all that, and definitely very needing to be at times, you know, a little bit softer, whatever, but most of the time just straight about the business, because they are there to protect you know, Dahomey, and also the overall, the king, which is played by John Boyega. King, I want to say Gazel, I hope I'm saying that correctly. My apologies if I mess up some of these names. I'm trying my best to get them correctly, but yes. And I liked how he played the king. Definitely charismatic. I just loved the way he spoke of his warrior, his all-female warriors, you know, uplifting, and just his people, and getting to see him throughout the film discussing certain aspects of the things that he wants to do, you know, for his people, and trying to move away in regards to the slave trade. They did kind of sit around talking about that throughout the film quite a bit in regards to how they can go about doing other things that could help their people, you know, prosper and just do good and, of course, wealth and things of that nature, as opposed to using slave trade, which in the film he knows that, of course, his brother was like that and was about that, and of course working with people who are like that as well, and then, you know, coming to, you know, where they are and trying to utilize, you know, that type of service. So I liked how it did branch on that a lot. I will say I enjoyed seeing us get introduced to a certain character named what was her name, Tuso Mbero, I'm saying that last name correctly. I liked her. She played, I want to say, Nawi. You know, you see her dealing with her family, and come to find out she definitely strong-willed, little spitfire, not really wanting to get married. And the person, of course, her parents wanting to, you know, marry off, whatever, and all that. And when they just can't really control her, they send her to the king to be, you know, so he can, you know, have her as probably one of his women. And that's when she's brought into the fold, and she gets introduced to Lashana Lynch's character, I want to say Agojie. And I will say this now: as much as I love I love an ensemble cast, but every now and then certain individuals do stand out, and I will say Lashana Lynch playing Agojie definitely stand out. I liked how she somewhat guided and mentored Nawi throughout in the film. She certain things, you know, being hard pressed, you know, to speak her mind, not knowing when to listen, always trying to do things when she's been told what to do, and especially in regards to the recruitment of bringing on new female warriors. And it was really interesting, because she definitely always wanted to lock with Naniska, and it was very apparent. And I kind of like, because it was like, you know, forceful, but it's like, again, you're here to train. She can eventually remove you, and then all that you're doing is just of no consequence, and then here you are. They can remove you from the area, and then you'll be out there alone. So it's almost like, you know, she eventually kind of, you know, got in tune, and, you know, with other ladies. There was a couple other young ladies in there that were doing what they needed to do, so they can go through all the steps and then, you know, prove themselves towards the end, and then do, of course, in front of the king. and then see who wins, and then, you know, move on and progress. and become a part of the female warrior unit. But I liked, as time goes on, you do get to see instances dealing with Nanisca, played by Viola, dealing with certain things from her past. And one of them entailing an individual who plays a villain. Let me get his name correct. I had to write it down. He plays Oba Ade, which his real name is Jimmy Adukoya. He was a really good villain. I did enjoy him as, I just could not stand him. So you know he's doing his job very well. Seeing the flashbacks, things of that nature, how he played integral role in certain things that went through her life, and changed her, almost in some ways changed it for the better, but then still having these certain things that come up, even if it's in a nightmare or dreams, or just certain instances of things of that nature, and knowing that instance of remembering things that pertain to him open up other revelations within the film. Now, when I think about other characters, another one that comes to my mind is, I want to say is Amenza, played by Sheila Atim. She was great as well. I've seen her in another movie titled Bruise with Halle Berry. Great actress, and I liked her. When the ladies come together and they're trying to teach, I like how sometimes the women who are already all female didn't particularly care for them, because we were dealing with situations where they would go and deal with some men who are have people captive, and then some of the women might have kind of gone along with this or not. Then when they bring them in, they give them the opportunity to become one of them and help and just build on the females, and definitely help, and you're part of the Dahomey. Some of them who are already a part didn't particularly care for them, like, you did this, whatever, no, you got one of our people killed, and then they would just have to kind of remind you, remember when I was a captive, do I not deserve the same treatment or whatever, just to kind of bring that down a notch. As much as you're angry, this person is here, we're going to help them, we're going to recruit them, we're going to train them, and then as the time goes on progressing, hopefully that type of feeling towards one another will hopefully subside. So I really like those type of moments that happen within the film. Also, when you talk about the action, I love the beginning scenes towards the beginning of the film where they, come into contact with some men and all. You see the action of the ladies. You can see definitely some who are actually fully trained in this area, especially using spears, long like knives, using even their nails that are very sharp and all that as weapons too. Very, very good scenes. I really enjoyed. There was quite a few of them. I did like the ones where you see definitely with the women going really toe-to-toe with the villain, because he was definitely very direct in his approach to killing people, as he would charge certain people and all that. That's why I said that villain, he set the tone. He didn't particularly care about the all-female warriors, and he let it be known on some of his choice of words. It is what it is, especially dealing with some of the people who are coming aboard, some of the colonizers who are coming to visit to expand on, as they say, the slave trade at that time. And this was circa 1823, if I'm not mistaken, or early 1800s. So that was very interesting. And you do see other scenes where they try to bring into a little bit of somewhat of a lower story, but I feel like with that couldn't really happen, because it feels like it would be considered more of a rush thing. We only have a certain amount of time within the film that they're trying to explain certain parts of the storyline, but they kind of slipped in something with a character named Malik, becoming intrigued and wanting to get to know Nawi, and that was really cute. I did enjoy it, but it was just like, kind of thrown in there a little bit. Really wasn't needed, but it is what it is. And I do like when they would talk about certain things and him understanding, because he's coming from a situation where he was a gentleman whose mother was from Dahomey, and then his father was somebody who took it. So I kind of like the layer on that, and him explaining, her trying to understand. So that was a nice little added little part there. But yes, in the end, seeing Nanisca bring all-female warrior to deal with the gentlemen who are trying to expand on the slave trade and trying to get the king to be a part of it when he's trying to find other methods, to help his people. I really kind of like that, and I liked how the king stuck his ground and went with some of the choices and discussions that came up when he would have his, kind of like meetings with, the heads of the minds who can make these decisions and then can make it more fruitful, whatever. I will say, cinematography was good. I loved, of course, the overall, designs that they had, for their clothes and choices for that as well. But yes, this movie overall, I really, truly did enjoy. I know a lot of individuals have had a problem with movies like this being made because they feel like they do kind of, glamorize it a little bit. I'll say it like this. Not surprised by that. That's always going to be a given. I always put it like this. I will go with what they have, but I can always do my own research. I do my own due diligence with these things. are going in for, I know, overall definitely entertainment, and just to see exactly what areas they're going to discuss. They're not going to, you know, branch out a lot. They're not. Plus, they don't have a certain amount of time they can do these type of films and discuss these things. It's not going to be some 3 hour, and they're probably going to still not have certain things that a lot of individuals will like. So you can't make everybody happy. It is what it is. And with that, this is what you get, and what I did receive, and the way they kind of discussed on certain aspects of it here and there throughout the film, that will suffice. So like I said, from here on out, I can find out what's going on and then do my part. And but for what they gave us in this one, I truly did enjoy, because this was 2 hours, and like I said, you know, definitely got your drama, your suspense, you definitely got your action. And I liked a lot of the storyline, especially in regards to Naniska and Nawi, and certain things, you know, in regards to their actual characters, a lot in this film. So with that said, you guys, that's pretty much it. My rating out of a 10, I'll give this about a 8. I really did enjoy this film. I would recommend this. I really feel like a lot of people should check this actual film out. So with that said, comment below if you did get to see it. I don't mind individuals, you know, just voice your opinions. Just be, I'm all for your voice and all that. No need to be mad negative. You already know how Hollywood rolls. It's really not that hard. Bring something to the table in the comment section in regards to exactly some more things in regards to this actual part of history. I'm all for that. So with that said, I hope you enjoyed this review. I will see you guys in the next one. You guys take care.